Today's video is sponsored by Incogni. More on them later. Let's build a home for every single career in The Sims 4, but the budget for the home will be the real-life annual salary of that career. Today we're building a home for a naturopath.
I am part of the EA Creator Network, so some packs were gifted to me and some packs I've purchased myself.
Welcome back to another episode of the Career Salary Build Challenge, an original series on my channel. We have, I don't even know how many episodes thus far, maybe 20? Maybe more. Anyways, I will link the entire playlist down below so you can catch up on all of the episodes, but I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to build a home for a naturopath because that is the new career that comes with the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. But as per usual, please leave a comment down below as to which career I should tackle next. I feel like I'm pretty good at picking the top comment and doing that one, so don't forget to thumbs up the comments that you guys agree with. Like I said, the naturopath career comes with the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, and there are two different branches, the apothecarist branch or the lifestyle coaching branch. You will either need the gardening skill and the apothecary skill, or the fitness skill and the natural living skill. This career is also super cool because there are different ways you can actually go to work. You can either go to work like usual and it's like a rabbit hole. You can work from home like on the computer, or you can see patients at home as well. So I think this is going to be a really fun home to build. We can make like a little doctor's office attached to the home. That being said, fingers crossed we get a really good budget, so let's take to Google to figure out how much a naturopath makes in real life. According to Google, the average salary for a naturopathic doctor in the USA is approximately $141,575. Thank goodness we have a big budget. Honestly, I had my hopes up because a naturopath is technically a doctor, so I had a feeling we'd have a pretty generous budget. I can work with 141K. I think we're gonna be just fine, you guys. Hopefully, I didn't just jinx myself. Okay, side note, I think our generation kind of has an ego when it comes to internet safety. We were internet kids. We were playing online games when we were like 10 years old, dodging scams in the online chat rooms like it was no problem. The issue is because we grew up with the internet, our data, it's out there. And I think today's sponsor, Incogni, is a tool that we should all have. Unfortunately, behind our backs, companies are constantly gathering our personal information, building a complete profile of us, and then selling it to data brokers for profit. They know your address, your phone number, your family members, your shopping habits, your social security number. I think in our head, we like to separate the internet from real life, but the reality is your personal information on the internet can very much impact your real life. If anyone can get access to your name and address, they can track you down in real life. It's a safety risk. This is where Incogni comes in. They go out and they take you and your data off of these lists. You sign up for Incogni, you give them permission to act on your behalf, and then they find the list that you're on and demand that you be taken off. And they continue to push them until all of your information is deleted from these lists. You don't have to do anything, but you do get the satisfaction of watching the progress on the dashboard, where you can see how many requests they've sent out and how many are successful or pending. If you want to take matters into your own hands, there's also a new custom removals feature where you can submit a specific link where your information is being exposed, and your dedicated privacy expert will handle the rest. The results will be gradual but huge. One day, you'll wake up and realize you don't have 1,000 junk emails anymore. And when your phone rings, it'll actually be someone you know, and not some fake spam caller. If you want to try it out, we have a really great offer. Click the link in my description to go to incogni.com/DoctorAshley and use code DoctorAshley to get 60% off an annual plan. The internet is not going anywhere. Just take the time now to secure your personal data, and let's be safe out there, gamers. Okay, here we are in the new world of Inniscreen, which is the world that comes with the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, and today we're building in the Spruce Dairy Cove or Spruce Dairy Grove neighborhood. It's not like the full-on fairy neighborhood. It's also not the like human neighborhood. It's kind of more naturey, kind of like a hybrid between normal people and fairy living. It feels very suburban, but at the same time, kind of magical and unique. I really want to take advantage of the built-in pathways here because I want to incorporate some sort of doctor's office attached to this home so that this naturopath can also accept patients at home. But you guys know the drill, the budget has been set, so let's get started. I honestly cannot express how happy I am that we have a large budget to work with today. For whatever mysterious reason, my builds just always always turn out better when I have a big budget, right? It's such a mystery. I honestly don't know why. Obviously, with this sim being a doctor, I want to make a semi-luxurious looking house, but it also has to be a little bit cottagey in a way to blend in with the environment. Hopefully a lot of the new assets from this expansion pack will really help to give it that more naturey, cottagey feel. But I did mention in my last video how I was curious how this expansion pack would perform when I had all of my other packs installed, which I do now. So I kind of want to take this opportunity to incorporate some classic Dr. Ashley modern elements as well, because I seem to remember that my hesitation with this expansion pack was the fact that the items were a little bit too stylized and too like naturey. So hopefully we can build a semi-modern cottagey home with this pack. Okay, I think this is going to be the general shape. It's nothing too crazy or extravagant. I've just gone in with these windows and door from the new pack, and I discovered that they actually look pretty good with these shutters from Horse Ranch. It kind of gives it more of that cottagey feel and less of an enchanted vibe. We can go in with like a cute accent color like green or something, but looping around to the back, I want this to be like an open patio type thing, going in with this spandrel from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack and then just closing it in a little bit. It doesn't need to be like super wide open. Grabbing these floor to ceiling windows from the greenhouse kit to kind of look like sliding glass doors. Maybe going in with this wall trim from the new pack just on top of the balcony area here. Maybe I need to go in with a half gabled roof to make it look more like a formal area. Actually, let's delete this wall trim so we can go in with the roof trim instead. I want this back section to feel a little bit more modern, so I'm gonna go in with some sheet metal roofing, and then on the regular roof, I can just use like these new shingles which look very cottagey, probably with the matching roof trim as well. I think we're gonna need the cottage living pack to pull some weight here, so let's go in with these chimneys on either side, raising the house up on a foundation. That way we can kind of extend this patio out a little more too. Makes it look a little bit more luxurious, don't you think? Okay, for our walls, we have some stone. We could go with stone, I think. I was kind of hoping we got some brick, but actually I think stone is probably okay. I feel like the green shutters may not be the best option anymore. Maybe the shingles might be a little bit better. No, I don't like that either. Okay, maybe we use a brick from another pack, like maybe something from Cottage Living. Okay, these ones are pretty nice, but is that not fair? Is that like a cop-out? Am I basically just doing a Cottage Living build now? Maybe we can use these new stones for this bump out here. I think this is gonna be where the doctor's office is. It needs to have its own separate entrance. We're definitely gonna need some sort of awning so it looks more like a business on this side. This one from the Get to Work pack might be a little bit too commercial looking, but at the same time, that's kind of what we're going for. Going in with these stone stairs from the new pack. These ones here are from the Life and Death expansion pack because they look a little bit nicer, and then these ones are from the Enchanted by Nature pack because they go with the stone texture a little better. Going in with these fairy lanterns from the new pack as our main source of outdoor lighting. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how the house looks. It definitely feels a little bit plain, so what I'm gonna do is go in with a bunch of plants and landscaping. I'm gonna take a lot of time doing that. Trust me, you don't want to watch the entire thing, so I'll be right back. Literally 45 minutes later, and here is the landscaping all done. These vines are from the Get Together expansion pack, but all of the other landscaping is just the basic base game stuff. I think that all of this greenery really tied everything all together. These barrels with the tulips in them are from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, and then over here I just filled this entire top section in with plants. This large plant I think is actually from Jungle Adventure, but everything else is base game like I said. I think there's a really good balance of like cottagey, naturey vibes, especially with these windows from the new pack, but then I also added some slight hints of modern elements with these black glass windows. Also, tell me why I'm just realizing this now, but these vines with the flowers attached would have also been perfect, and I kind of feel like swapping some of these out to incorporate a little bit more color onto this build. Maybe I can do a light combination of both, just so it doesn't look too green and there's still some pops of color. Before we move on to the interior, I want to go in with a few finishing touches out here, like our house number sign. It's from the Love Struck expansion pack, and ever since this pack came out, I always include a house number sign in all of my builds. Also, since we technically have a business over on this side, I should include a separate house number sign or label on this side. Ooh, let's also get a sign from like Get to Work or something to put outside of our doctor's office. I really want to make sure it looks like this area is a separate business and definitely not a residential portion. Also, if I feel like there's too much green, I could consider changing these shutters to a completely different color. Like, it doesn't have to be all dark green everywhere. The blue kind of adds like a nice cool toned softness to the outside. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about the fact that we can put plants on the roof now, so I feel like I need to take advantage of that feature. I don't want it to look like the roof is overgrown or like, you know, there's a problem or an infestation or anything. I think I'm gonna swing around to the back and try and just put some classy patio furniture out here to tone things down a little bit. I'm thinking of going in with a lot of items from the Desert Luxe kit. We definitely need a fire pit out here. This one is from the, I think, Riviera Retreat kit. I don't know, the kit that I kind of forgot about. Just going in with this barbecue, also from the Desert Luxe kit, and then maybe a dining table. Of course, this glass one from the base game would be perfect with the matching base game chairs as well. It probably makes more sense to put the barbecue on the outside here so the smoke doesn't get trapped underneath here. Maybe this fountain from the Riviera Retreat kit could be nice. That's really beautiful. And then just filling in the extra space with some windows and lanterns. Okay, also this bench from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, just because it's so cute. I think that's pretty good for this outside area. It feels quite luxurious. I also can't remember if I mentioned or not, but we have a bunch of garden pots over here because the gardening skill is necessary for this career. But with that being said, that's gonna be it for the exterior of our naturopath's home. I think we're off to a really good start. I love the vibes of this home and how naturey it looks, but then also kind of how luxurious it looks from some parts, like the back. I like how this section here kind of feels like an addition to the existing home, almost as if like underneath here was the old home and then they renovated and extended it out to create this luxurious patio. So I can't wait to see what we get up to on the interior. Please let me know down below what you guys think of this. We have 106,000 simoleons left to do the interior, so honestly I am not worried whatsoever. I actually forgot we had a budget this entire time, so that's always a good sign. I have been stress-free thus far, and I feel like I deserve it. It's been way too long since I haven't been stressed building for this series, okay? Okay, it is floor plan time. So on the left-hand side here is going to be our naturopathic doctor's office where they will see patients. Here will be the bathroom downstairs, a living room, dining room, and a kitchen in the corner. Upstairs, we're gonna have 2 bedrooms. So here's gonna be the primary bedroom with an ensuite, and then a secondary bedroom also with an ensuite. For some reason in my head, I thought this home was going to be a lot bigger, but I guess when you consider the fact that we have an entire doctor's office attached to this home, that ate into quite a bit of the square footage, but I still think we're going to be able to make a very functional home. So let's get started. We have 98,000 simoleons to furnish this entire home. For some reason, I think we're going to be okay. I want to start with the kitchen, and for one last time, I'm gonna try and make these very enchanted kitchen counters work. I seem to remember in my last video, I was pretty disappointed with the fact that these counters didn't come with a matching refrigerator and stove, but maybe now that I'm actually trying to make a more normal looking kitchen and not like a fairy kitchen, I might feel a little bit different. I'm not sure. Maybe pairing them with some items from the Country Kitchen kit, it will give it that kind of cottagey feel. Okay, to be completely honest, there's no way to make these counters not look ridiculous unless you use the all black swatch. They're just way too enchanted looking. Going in with all of our key clutter pieces, like some utensils and paper towels. Obviously, our base game fruit bowl. And I think I'm going to be using a lot of clutter items from the cottage living expansion pack. This house is very much giving cottage core vibes. Let's try to use a slightly more modern light fixture just to counteract some of the fantasy vibes going on here. Maybe even this more contemporary woven rug from the tiny living pack. Instead of cabinets, let's go in with some open shelving. I'm just using this plain one from the base game for a more modern touch, and obviously cluttering it up with some mugs and plates. We have to use these plants from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack and place them by the window. I just added a few more clutter pieces in the corner here from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack and some more plants by the window. This kitchen was also lacking some appliances, so I added this really cool coffee machine. It made the kitchen feel a little bit more sophisticated. I think I might actually go in with a dishwasher as well. This green one from the For Rent expansion pack kind of matches, so I might go with that. This random cluster seems to fit quite well. That actually looks so cute. I feel like it just gave the kitchen so much character. For some reason, I want to add a clock now. It just adds even more character to this kitchen. And here is our naturopathic doctor's cottagey kitchen all done. I think I did a decent job at toning down the whimsical elements of these countertops from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, especially with the windows as well. But let me know what you guys think of this kitchen down below. If you saw this kitchen in real life, would you think it's kind of weird? Yes or no? Let's move on to the dining room super quickly. I'm gonna do like a rectangular, hopefully something that will take up quite a bit of horizontal space. I'm thinking maybe this one from the cats and dogs pack. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever used this dining table from Jungle Adventure. This is like completely new to me. It's actually crazy to me that every single time I open this game, I somehow find an item I've never seen before. Either that or I'm just super forgetful. The chairs are from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, and I love this like light green. I think it would look really nice with one of these lighter swatches. We would definitely have to darken the room somehow to create that contrast. Maybe even close off the dining room completely to make it feel more cozy. I'm really liking where this is going. I do think it needs to be a little bit more modern somehow, maybe just slightly transitional. What exactly do we need to accomplish that? Is it a like ornate rug? Is it a fluffy rug? This one from the Life and Death pack is not a horrible option. It's really not. Does it feel a little bit too creepy though? Okay, let's just stop resisting and try our tried and true fluffy rug from the City Living pack. Maybe I just need to open up this area just a little bit more so it's not like so stuffy, but still, you know, have a little bit of division. Maybe just like that. For some reason, no matter what I do, everything kind of looks like a dungeon in this room. Like a saloon, almost. Is it these columns? Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me just fix my life. Okay, hold on a second. Why does this room have to be brown? Why don't we just brighten it up? Like, that looks totally fine. Who said this room had to be brown, huh? Who approved that decision? I don't know who is calling the shots around here, but I would like to have a word with her. Okay, we need to get our spirits up. We need to make some good decisions. Obviously, this wall right here is just calling for the egg painting. Don't think I've forgotten about the egg painting, okay? I think about it on a daily basis, and it would be perfect here. It really just brightens up the room and brightens up your day. Okay, this light fixture from the Growing Together expansion pack is giving suburban family normal dining room. I kind of love it. Let's go in with these nice modern curtains from the Desert Luxe kit. Not gonna lie, it's kind of like sad beige vibes going on in here, so let's liven this place up with some plants. I want to use that new plant that came with a semi-recent kit. It's like the prettiest plant in the world. Oh my gosh, this one. Yes. I'm just gonna say it now. This is literally my favorite plant of all time. What can I say? It was love at first sight. In addition, I think it would also be nice to add some like music personality vibes, like you're having a nice dinner party and you put on some nice jazz music or something. Let's do one of these stereos, either this like turntable. We actually have a lot of turntables now. It's kind of nice. Something is telling me I should choose this one. Maybe we can accompany it with a little vase on the floor or something as decoration. I don't know, it kind of looks nice, right? This person's a doctor, okay? They have like expensive taste and like rare artifacts and what have you, right? Right? This huge table is definitely missing a nice flower centerpiece. And I think that might be it for our naturopath's cozy dining room. You guys, I am so happy with how this dining room turned out. I like how it started as a dark and moody vibe and then somehow turned into this like really bright and welcoming yet cozy room. I love how we managed to tie in the green with the chairs with the green in the kitchen, so it's kind of like a seamless transition in terms of the color palette. But with that, we have still barely made a dent in our budget. We have basically 80,000 simoleons to complete the rest of the home, so I am still not worried one bit. Let's move on to the living room now. Okay, the living room area isn't huge, but I still want to make it kind of nice and include a fireplace. I feel like maybe something like this from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack kind of gives off that modern element we were looking for. Hold on, would it actually make more sense to like put it up against the staircase here? Do we have enough space? No, we don't. We can still use one of my other favorite TVs, like one of these frame TVs. This one with like a black frame could be really cool because the black frame makes it feel slightly more modern. I think this would be kind of nice as a DIY sectional as well. Okay, hold on a second. Something's gotta change with this wallpaper. I can't with this like beige color, like maybe something more warm. I need something that is more similar to this wood color here. Are you feeling the vibes? Yes or no? Okay, I've just gone ahead and changed some of the swatches just to make things look a little bit more warm and cohesive. I think it looks pretty nice now, especially with the black accents with this DIY sectional couch. So let's move forward with this. I'm gonna go in with a coffee table. This stone one from the outdoor retreat kit could be perfect. For the rug, I kind of want something just plain, so this one from the laundry day pack seems to fit perfect. And lucky for us, it does come in this light green color to kind of tie into the right side of the home. I feel as if we are slightly losing the plot and I'm not using enough items from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. Even something as simple as these shelves back here to put some books. Oh my gosh, we have to include this gnome Dalf. Any Lord of the Rings fans in the chat, rise up please. Fun fact, Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time. Like top 1. Top 3, if you will. I don't even know what my second favorite movie is. I just know that Lord of the Rings or the whole trilogy is like my top choice. Like I couldn't even name another movie that I like besides Lord of the Rings. Like I really like Hunger Games, but not enough to say that it's like my favorite movie, you know? I feel like that's a whole other level. Going in with these photo frames from the naturopath career, let's try and make kind of like a collage wall with these two pieces. Obviously the sim had to study a lot to get to where they are, so I want to put some textbooks or just some books in general on the shelf here. Once again, picking the appropriate light fixture seems to be the struggle of the day. Low-key, I kind of like this orb one, which is supposed to be for a bathroom. Let's throw down some random clutter. This is from the Everyday Clutter Kit. Just throw this simple thing down and then give it a little sassy end table. Do you think we can make this end table from the Enchanted by Nature pack work, or is it like way too fantasy? I feel like some of these swatches honestly look kind of normal. I think we can pull it off. It looks like just some nice, good quality wood. We'll slap a pretty flower plant on top and call it a day. Honestly, love this. Could not be happier. Here is our little open concept living room all done. This is going really well, you guys. We still have 70,000 simoleons left. I'm just gonna quickly do the foyer here and just add a little console table and a rug, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here is our foyer area all done. I just added a console table with a mirror and then a basic coat rack, shoe rack, this little male key drop thing from the Everyday Clutter Kit, as well as these two little items are from the Everyday Clutter Kit as well. This stand-up mirror is from the Basement Clutter Kit, and I just raised it up using the 9 key because I really wanted it to sit very dramatically on top of this console table. This console table is from the Growing Together expansion pack, and then this rug is actually from the Life and Death expansion pack. By the way, if you guys haven't yet purchased the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack and you are considering it, please do consider using my code DoctorAshley at checkout, and 5% of your purchase will go towards supporting me instead of to EA. A huge thank you to everybody who has used my code. I really appreciate you, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoy my videos. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna do the bathroom super quickly as well. I'm gonna try and go for more of a modern vibe with this bathroom. I know we did get a lot of new bathroom items with the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, but I just don't want to lean into that enchanted vibe right now. I want just a nice, luxurious, modern bathroom, okay? The shower and toilet are from the new bathroom kit, and then I'm gonna pair it with this sink vanity from the Growing Together expansion pack. This is like my favorite sink vanity ever, as you guys know. Let's not forget to use the divider that came with the sleek bathroom kit. Okay, let's just put one base game plant just for fun right here, and I think that's gonna be it for our bathroom. It's definitely very beautiful, sufficient, functional, meets expectations, you know, all of the good things. It's just a bathroom, but I really like it. I think it adds a nice, modern, updated touch to this build in general. Okay, I say we take a break from the residential aspect of this home and start working on the career aspect, which is the naturopath doctor's office. I think I want to use a combination of items from the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack, but also get to work. I somehow want it to look doctory, but also naturey at the same time. Maybe we can have kind of like a waiting area at the front with some chairs lined up like a typical doctor's office. This doctor medical rolly stool is obviously a must, probably with some of these more like lab looking tables as well. I think we should probably try and include an apothecary table as well in case this doctor needs to like conjure up any sort of cures or stuff like that. I'm grabbing all of these kind of hospital looking items from the Get to Work pack. Obviously, we need some hand sanitizer and some paper towels so you can wash your hands when you enter. Let's include this exit sign for good measure. It kind of helps this area of the build look a little bit more like a commercial building instead of a residential. Okay, we definitely have enough like clinical looking stuff. Let's make sure this still looks like naturey kind of. I don't want this to look too like typical doctor's office. It still has to look slightly naturey, if you know what I mean. Maybe I need to include some of this like vine plant decor or something just to differentiate this area a little bit, including a lot of potted plants like this, basically anywhere in the build that I can fit it. Honestly, I think this should be pretty good in terms of a doctor's office. Like, it definitely looks fairly functional, especially since the space isn't that big. I do want to swap out the overhead light to something that looks a little bit more like fluorescent, something kind of boring looking like this, I think would be kind of funny. Oh, actually, maybe I should do something with some plants around it like this one from the holiday pack. I think that could actually be kind of a fun nod to the naturopath / apothecary branch. Last but not least, let's make sure we go in with all of our diplomas on the wall, just so everybody knows we are actually qualified to be doing this job. And then maybe just another entrance rug right here by the door. And there you have it. Here is our little doctor's office for a naturopath so they can take patients at home and work from home. I really think the more whimsical counters from the Enchanted by Nature pack work really well for a naturopath doctor's office. It just makes the room feel like less clinical and sad and just kind of puts a fun spin on things. So what an odd combo. I never would have thought this would have worked, but it looks pretty good and I think it'll do the job. Oh my gosh, you guys, our entire bottom floor is all done. We have over 50,000 simoleons left, and all we have to do is these 2 bedrooms upstairs. I went ahead off camera and did the 2 bathrooms up here. They look very similar to the ones downstairs. I used all of the same items from the sleek bathroom kit. I just changed up some of the swatches. I included a tub as well just because we had more space, but for the most part it looks very similar to the downstairs bathroom. So basically 50K to do just 2 bedrooms. You guys, I don't know what happened with the budgeting, but we have so much money left over. I'm gonna have to find a way to try and use up a lot of that money. Like, I don't mind having some money left over, but I do think I should try my best to like use most of the budget if possible. So let's try and go all out for these 2 bedrooms and then see how much money we actually have. You know, who knows? Knowing me, anything could happen, and maybe I might just, you know, run out of money. You know, you can't speak too soon. Since we do have all of this money, I can finally splurge on a nice canopy bed from the City Living expansion pack. This is like one of my favorite beds in the entire game. Okay, we went for a slight blue theme on the downstairs, so I might bring that blue up here as well. I wanted to give these end tables from the Enchanted by Nature another shot to shine because we did use them downstairs, but I think they actually match this wood tone from City Living surprisingly well. And then I have this funky rug. I think it's from one of the recent kits, the Refined Living Room kit. I love this rug. And then because we have some money that we need to spend, every room is getting a TV. So we have this nice TV from Tiny Living. Now I'm gonna throw a plant in this corner. I was thinking of the one from Jungle Adventure because I haven't used that plant yet, and that's one of my favorite plants, obviously. I'm pretty sure we can get away with just putting one dresser against this wall like so. There's some pretty good swatches to choose from as well, especially these nice wood tones. This item is from the Businesses and Hobbies pack, by the way. I guess we might as well include a desk since we do have the space. I'm gonna choose this one from the Seasons expansion pack. Okay, here's the little office space all done. I just included some base game paintings in the corner, some naturopath like trinkets from the new pack, and then this fluffy rug from Snowy Escape. I figured the room was starting to get a little bit modern looking, so I wanted to tie it back to the pack a little bit more and include this kind of tree branch overhead light. I feel like this light fixture actually looks a little bit like contemporary and artsy in a way. And then I just have my Jungle Adventure stand-up mirror, and that's probably going to be it for this primary bedroom upstairs. It's a pretty good size, fairly functional, and I managed to use quite a bit of the budget considering the room wasn't that big. So we now have 37,000 simoleons to finish this secondary bedroom, which I think I'm gonna make for a kid or maybe a teen. I'm not really sure. Maybe I can make it for a child that like really loves gardening or something, or really loves the outdoors. Oh, maybe it can be like flower themed or something, and it's like 2 siblings that live in this room. I'll definitely give them the like tree trunk desk for sure. They would love that. And this is my opportunity to use some of the more fun colors like this green one. If I only do one bed, then I can fit more items. So I might have to sacrifice one of the siblings. Sorry about that. Okay, yes, we have to use this tree floor lamp. I love this. We need to use this rug from the High School Years expansion pack. The question is, do we size it up like that? Because it kind of fits perfectly. I think this is our one and only opportunity. We need to use these leafy curtains from the Blooming Rooms kit as well. Should I give this sim a real office chair with like back support? Or do you think they would appreciate a more whimsical chair like this one from Enchanted by Nature? I mean, if they're a kid, their back is strong, right? They don't suffer like we do. Right? And then I also wanted to include just some more of these mushrooms on the ground, kind of scattered around. They are technically like ottoman stools, but I think they're also great as decoration, or if they have friends over and want to play on this carpet. And that's going to be it for our naturopathic doctor's home using their real salary. And I tried to use the Enchanted by Nature kit in a less whimsical way and maybe in a little bit more of a realistic way. So hopefully I accomplished that. I really love how this build turned out. It's kind of cozy, it's kind of modern, it's kind of cottagecore-ish, but I think there are some enchanted elements as well. I'm still not entirely sure if the Enchanted by Nature pack is necessarily my cup of tea. I just don't think it really lends itself to my particular build style, but I can appreciate the very stylized items. And when you need a very specific item like this, you need it. So if you're someone that really enjoys making fairy builds or magical builds or just more whimsical cottagey builds in general, I think you would definitely like this pack. But as for me personally, I think I'll probably be sticking to my usual modern style. As usual, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want me to continue this series, and comment down below which career I should tackle next or any other ideas for future build series you want to see on this channel. And before you go, don't forget to go to incogni.com/DoctorAshley for 60% off an annual plan. Click the link in my description. As usual, I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with me, and I miss you guys, so I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. And as usual, I hope you guys all have a very, very, very above average day. Love ya!